yegusua esu na yesusu a twedi ampo nyankopon yesu kire ni so ebeba sanse odupokese na tutu Mpensenpensenmu Rollins gusua dampem kasima enwotwe na nwotwe abo na nwotwe bo ya na yibia tum na nempanimfo a ewoso onum kɔ na fe onum so die ni die twato kɔ mama mpendada no omo ede ekɔ na eneyi yama mpani one ne ye ebekɔ mpani abedi akire ene ne yere ebekɔ afei ama mpanimfo adadafofo omo ne omo yerenom empo omo a etiase ene omo a entiase omo yerenom nyina no ombekɔ na omo akɔhwɛ na wakɔhwɛ mu no nti ene nhye ne didi so sanra nipa ne bi ekɔ ya na yeyi yono no ho nhyehyeye ehu sunsuanso a ebedi ho nkomo na ebekɔ so ade ho amane bo abrewa ene nso election petition enso so court bekɔ asetena okae na anu ada ukwada court etena se ne bra etwato no onu mo hye de wo se omo adi asem ne baaye eye de wo se omo asem ne yede aba etia wo mo no enso omo eye omo adi asem ne koye no etu anamon foforo a onu mo kire se omo nsem mienu bi atia kem no omo benya nka court no nyina ba bi ogina na no hwe sansem nansa eye state of proceedings no sankrata omo de kɔ nra yenya ne ntie se ye petitioner yo Mpensenpensenmu John Dramani ma ne lawyers asade asem foforo enso so akɔ ani nyina no ehyemo kena se sansem a onu sere court no kwan senka wo misa abato komisa na so wonye wa abato komisa ho interrogatories no wonu gusu agina ba bi o mogina nti ene be hwese de court besi akɔ enim se ye respondent no abato komisa ene omampani nanada kwakufu ado a wo na asem no de akɔkɔ tetia wo no omo de court no ka so omo nye no witness statement ni ade no ma file dada nti ene ye de no beto nkyɛn ansa na yatie petitioner no ade srede no ana sei na court no be kurukura ne nsɛm ene ese etwo enworo ya yempam danta ahwe ekopam danta na etwo no be woro be wi na so pa na se sua kwantififiri to aso de ankɔ wen ha medi edna na se ampofo je memfa na se ema CJ fashions wo kuma se amakom eyedura be mo atade eni je be mo atade African wear papa de wotiso kuma se amakom no wo friend 0268505021 0268505021 na yemfa na se ma impressor capsules ni kwai mu ema eja se waposo no mpemu te ya obi a omu a ye be ma wo asisi ho so ye no eye impressor capsules St Andrews SHS ne ultimate remedial classes akonya wo homa nkwada no form 1 form 2 form 3 simple akwada no ku school ba bi na wantimi entwa ne nsohwe a ya ultimate remedial classes no ebeboa no ama no asatro nsohwe na twa nti St Andrews Senior High School bi o asimfosu ne krabata no edoso pa ye wo St Andrews Healthcare College so ho a motete apomdemu animdefo a chese ne nurse for physician assistant no ne laboratory technicians ni nyina no omotiti bi o St Andrews Healthcare College and ye wo HEPA plus mixture if you choose ko si na ase opomde ni besipi onum betoso mo atime didi no fe no beja o widie ne ho a HEPA plus mixture ena ye wo Kennedy digital satellite patro TV inch bi a opi bi akọ Kennedy digital satellite abenya bi decoders ahodo afei so no mo a mo per fridges ni nyina bi o Kennedy digital satellite ofa weja old barrier hono a ho ana won ewo shop kakraka kuma se so onkrabata ni bi ho odwuma ho te onu mu bo so f onema no so ye papa na Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic edi abibiduro ena esanya de wa ahodo abibiduro no the NTSA scientific ne se o de befa mfidiem na opayare no hontuma no ye bibiduro na kachiri na chese ona okro no ena ye wo homa hometamin ginseng ye ka ginseng wa de mu a ese mema ho de na kodi ho no nti hometamin ene ye kamfo de ama emema ena no payi no honorable Andrew Ejapa Mesa wono mrashebidwa ni de momamfo a ewo secondary. Honorable, good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Aponum to say
Adom akwa na mezache what was there
oh nyame adom me ho ye pa me nim say ayi nose mask designer once abamu me hu Gucci
various designs no we both
wow it's all good
at the pay that more coffers bam there in fact for the past couple of days black one here na me share the blue one star behind him
and it's the person this one cry every mask all call
since my brother Bauer
okay mrasho you need the moment for Bongo honorable Edward Bauer is so attractive honorable good morning
let us say
nyame adom ye ho ye say 2021 nyina ye share
o de bi en share
and who ni say when you prepare parliament I just say resisting the oppressors rule
oh chale event so one comfort say andi mu o parliament na wa mi when you ahwe no dey
na ba say me e bet na ha aka asoso do e be different
look na wo ka designer
national anthem ni nyina ya na mo yi e ho no nko a
de bi o cheto
the moment am to side so pete there's a confusion
de bi o share national anthem na almost every line there was significance
oh yeah
sometimes a year about oppressors rule sometimes a year about something else enti for yen issue na ba
the particular issue no
stanza no actually a champion
because me kai say I think 2020 State of the Nations address and so e wo hono mo na me parliament
yes
every so mampani evra mu na otenase na meti and help
so we say that time na unim say up to now crampos I don't know that was when na we share na radio station bia just say as omo programs ni way no omo na government fee say omo criticize omo we are very critical of government's activities.
But is that a fact? Say
no, you see
radio station or criticize government
enye by coincidence share list no mate say si ko akoye deputy minister for communication sa na mate nti me kam wate hwe o share list na omo eye we ni din omo close it down na share list na hwe a greater number, not less than 95%, radio stations who were critical of government.
More papers, no more documents, BBI, Juma.
Minia, my main cancer mentor. Say, we share in terms of radio stations or my former over the years. And yet only between 2017 and about. But what government has always done, because here, ensure freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and as a form. State no, wow, wo hwese be able to meet those conditions. What do I say? Enti
state no obo abakondo.
You say, what's it?
State no bo abakondo.
Oh, omo mawo notification say minia, Joy FM, and I say Adom FM, and I say multimedia.
Into them radio stations for more notifications.
What's on my
more notifications?
The notification I work on. Me pa catch us so
let's share with the fact.
Is it
look, I'm chairman of the communication.
Me no want serve on that committee as na make energy. Say me no serve on that committee.
Don't create your own set of facts.
Enti the person catch da be na
me o man can answer me man can you.
Enti point am person me man say generally no. Who country particularly a nascent democracy to say the idea no obua all the various institutions and more build the capacity and more di man so and over the period it is a crowd one would you miss a crowd kitchen and what's all the circle to way mo your friends so shame early stages suppose a crowd they be a call person or yeah but you find a way of say over boa crowd say be at one point no nyina na so a onimi say because kitchen was me sense to issue shame what is about John say that is what all governments from Kofo from Rollins and when you baby akọ eba Kofo eba Mills eba John Mahama now e be drew na do so me nkasa MPP me share the individual because it's not about the party because me say name ubisas MPP phobia ombeka cho say sa didi na nhye denye odima say So I don't want to put it as a corporate decision. But mean say a individual, nene nkrofo na omo ye no, ne suban e kire say on pair divergent views. On pair
is it not yema state institutions in yaduma institution yaduma na
and I make
what ye free or de kwa kwose
minia my main class and kire. You can say oh state institutions in your mind. I agree with you. But you see say oh share say your history of militarism say ye the soldier for a bus system nim na se for your war issues of or quote unquote make I say na those days na MPP for or free BB and yet MPP as a party because not 92 but I'm talking just pre-92 but the elements na be for me your friends in MPP or more about culture of silence na se for o share way nyina na so we have a history into over a period of time you perceive a building institutions same be on betima the institutions will not have the same capacity and the same strength say on betimi they movie aba. So what you do is that you support them. You go to a community in Volta region. Then you go and say that as a nipa na radio station na omo your friends saying omo broadcast wo hono no omo content na say for no create conditions for say confusion baba. And so ni inclusion. And I say oba no be ka say owe na nkrata we ni we nye into inclusion. The point I'm person here is over the years no whether it was John Mohammed's time, whether John Kufuor time, whether John Mills time, whether John Rollins time, now your media houses are who did not meet those things. But the abani here and say ye boamu through NCA ye boamu ni ahwese am my building because it is a period.
So if say I'm almost a grace period no for about 18-20 years nina nasolo they've not done the need for that. Of say also twice one.
It is in your interest as a media man to be say obehwe how these media houses are built and built very strongly. Share don't share the closure of media houses no in isolation.
No.
What you are saying? Don't look at it in isolation. Share even international community or more assessment of Ghanaian media in terms of rankings under this government. It is one of the worst, if not the worst. What you are saying? Share the threat to media personnel just because of more divergent views.
All right. When
don't take a man share closure of media houses in isolation from the attitude of Abanwe towards the media.
All right. That's what he did to was it. And to was
Solomon Mood. Sunday. I'm paying that Rollins when you baby call. And the will continue from your celebration. Members of Parliament.
Eight tabu by now or must start
black.
Yeah.
Morocco na
and number constitutional bodies in Adom.
Yeah. And some name in changing there the closure of media houses. Binim the court. And when I want the court no boy no akadan. Oh yeah, mama young cannot quarrel. Yes, you believe in the rule of law. Also, we don't believe in the practice of the rule of law. Our license. I'm a certain number of activities. Responsibilities are attached to the license. Conditions. Joy FM will be able to closing. Class FM will be a closing. Several media houses across the country will be a closing. Because you are alive to your responsibility. You meet the conditions of your license. No be more meet several notifications served on you. Do the needful. You want. So now over to your power. Impunity. And when the law is applied, not affect what? SOB a witch hunt. Will be intolerant. You sit on media houses, you speak freely. Yes, there's been some unfortunate incidents with Ahmed Swale that has died under the administration of Akufo-Addo.
And the attack on other media personnel.
Chairman, Ekese Metnaho, quietly. Master and Louis Mobi, Bamwembe. But you are quick to attribute it to the sitting president for that unfortunate incident. Why? When we go back in history, under the Fourth Republic, media men have not died when your party was in power.
Oh, so equalization.
No, I'm not. But I'm saying that, unfortunate as it may be, I don't know the circumstances are surrounding the death, but you cannot blame the government of the day for that incident. If you do that, then other in a stretch, they interrogate all media unfortunate deaths on the previous governments. May not be fair. So let's not go there. But Obia Fumumbra, now I apply rules no, such that the radio station has had to close. Indeed, I want to court. I'm on the communications committee. I was on the communications committee in the 7th Parliament. Indeed, I was the vice chairman. And I know the history. At a point, our committee will interrogate or try to assist in resolution of the matter. Some decided to go to court. The ministry will pull it out. That's a media men houses Nankasa was work or court. Then they will not be interested in the arbitration. They will allow the court to make a determination. What happened? Court will rule there. If you breach the conditions of the license, you forfeit. So you ought to go through the process of applying anew. Yet you turn around and say that Obampeyin Akufo-Addo Naban or you're intolerant of divergent views. We see all the newspaper publications. We listen to all the radio stations in this country. Indeed, your online platforms, the kinds of things that you spew.
And your reaction to
what concern me about Papaya for the life of the man's political career? When Kesiaga. CCR and the second time is what our when Jay, look, yes, I think that if say media men Nankasa and the media companies that allowed the committee to mediate, we probably would have had a different outcome.
And Tina BBA ni hon mo ebetimi aye say ade a mo ye and yet but mo ye ni say a mo hon kwan some beto mo adwuma so say ye close to kra no looking at the unemployment rates no money the number of people
several media houses are one notification that if someone one license fees no by a certain day complied and those stations were not touched. Ibimusu uncomplied, they disregarded it, and then National Communications Authority, because the frequency is a resource of the state, took the requisite steps in accordance with law to close down those radio stations. In fact, to withdraw the frequencies from those radio stations, because companies now are private limited liability companies, then go to back on echo closing down. As in they book closing down, you just take away the resource because they do not abide by the conditions of those resources.
All right. My young share and issues are that a pronso. Your man penny Dada Rollins eguso Edda Mpensenpensenmu anopaya make saying na they are not twinching one serious issue I confront on men's is coronavirus and then the upside minim Arabawa baby I agree and Ghana Medical Association calls for a social gatherings restriction a year sorry just last week when you be in school. What's the situation? I'm sure we'll read more about COVID. Your first experience with the first wave, no? Maybe I agree. Then I'll say,
that's about my first point. I mean, is me extend my sympathies to families or more lose or more members of family, no, through COVID. ye nim say and now you can out of about 400 ICUs na ye one. The number cases here about 132. What you say? So it means that your uncomfortable or more break currently at our hospital. Almost so, or more family members may present with more encouragement and hope that in your midday healing in living in a more. Naminia. First, I was here beside who said COVID cramp by as a country no. How serious have we been? Now, Madam for big as I want to say, it is not because of the fact that ye be so special, at least from official records. It's just that by some funny way, what this at least is better than OSHA countries like, for example, South Africa. OSHA to say US.
US, yeah.
OSHA Mexico. OSHA Brazil.
Spain, Italy.
Spain, Italy. In fact, OSHA Mexican president and now more announces when you COVID or contracted COVID. Now, OSHA as a result, as a country, and share that and fairly serious. Okay, I say in March, Tama administrative
March 2020.
Yes. OSHA your friends and the first two cases nearby, you know. Utimus and not just Obia, everybody was so conscious about this thing.
Bia machine.
No, Utimi Ukwako talk sanitizer cry. Unyebi. Nanko for hold the sanitizer. Necessary sanitizer, but yes, something very serious. Then suddenly, I say, Yina could die. Ever hear Nana Adinasa Abbey? Let me tell you something. Dear Emma Nkrumah started so more kasa about COVID biome. Ye high profile deaths ni nyaya no. Nkofo just Ghana ye nimomo. Say what is see me see we say oh oya wana oh we oya panyin o say dwuma mu. En na man nkofo adwinsa ba ho. But my brother, I can tell you that nkofo bebre because so sure. Look, I give you a typical example about 2 days ago. I said 2 days, about 4 days ago. Nipa menini ye adwuma for 6 years. Oh. COVID, from the Ministry of Energy. None ahead of your friends, health safety and other way. Ministry of Energy. O share the early stages now. No beer or nimino when you malaria. Then last minute they were only to come and realize it was COVID. Yeah, what most of these cases in the villages. Young recorded. The family will just get and say, oh, then they couldn't say malaria and they couldn't. Meanwhile, it would have been COVID. Because the symptoms are alike. Now, the only reason why, as a country, because of the fact that we have these high profile people who die, and I hear more about TV, so I say, yeah, can't go more portals. Then everybody starts becoming scared. So, as a country, no, I say, yeah, I'm fat COVID very seriously. 2, OSHA, look, I agree. And I want to say it. I've heard media houses say it. And I want to support them on that. Our conduct as politicians did not help. Nobody should run away from that.
Before, during, and after the election.
Yes, our conduct did not help. The crowds we were having. Just look at the crowds we were having in whether
COVID was still around.
COVID was still around. And we pretended as if, as a COVID near they call Oko leaf. So let's not run away from that.
The focus was power, not.
No, that's why I'm saying that. That's why I'm saying that as politicians, that was also another area. 3, then the Christmas activities. It's a buy.
Christmas is the kind of program.
Christmas means a party because BFE say Agbena just say what at the end of the year.
Christmas, the number of active cases was around 300.
You see, and again, I always make this. I make these points when we say active cases. OSHA and then joy news, newspaper review. As a Minister of Health, Ghana Health Service. Sorry, na kase OSHA. Not all along, not as a na OSHA near a lot of cases and symptomatic or more show symptoms in Asia. But they say 32% of the cases have symptoms. They show symptoms. And in fact, they are always sick. And to means na and yes, active cases ne wo no. Utimus obi wo ho wo bi so no no mu. So unim say when and particularly it came in any Hamatan by. What's a Hamatan by? Me say Hamatan bars I usually will have some number of cough and other things. So people just took that thing to be Hamatan Nabano and Nuntina and then Asifo. So a lot of people didn't even know that these were things that were happening. But they say the only reason is because about 32% of the people who contracted, at least official records, get sick and they have to go to the hospital. And Nuntina at the Abbey. Now, what are we doing as we speak? And
what makes it more dangerous is it's not contact tracing. Really sad numbers.
Yes.
It's about nipa or yare.
That's the next point.
Okay.
That's the next point. Indeed, as at June thereabout, beside all the aspects who were around, we had stopped contact tracing. We had stopped it. As a country, near Jai, DNT, you second to also no these allowances and other things.
June.
As at June last year, the first 2-3 months, na bills ne ba na your friend saying health workers ne ka say I say when you fire allowances name bre government then decided to relax. So the workers also relax. I personally heard one of officials in Upper East saying that look, for them now they don't do any contract tracing. The reason was that no one to mean
was it not a change of strategy? Because it got to a time President Ankasa in one of his addresses in the can say right now we've seen say Yare and near Babetina, so we should learn how to stay with Yare. So if you are learning how to stay with Yare,
so you don't contract trace. So the fact that just listen to what you just said.
No. Yes. Is it not a change of strategy?
What the point is that this is a disease. One, you need quote unquote official cure for it. You manage it. Two, vaccine you can. You train Bruno with the NB. Covers. What the emergency? So the only thing is say, make sure say nipa bia obenya bi no. Mama ne mfa nkoma obi foforo. That's the reason for the contact tracing. And the infant say, Sabe, you will have to see that me ba hefa, me ba Joy FM. Me no tenase, mini and this na, mini and mamuti yet. So they will contact trace to see who and who I got into touch with. So that we had your meeting. This activity had stopped. That's another thing. Me obinya who he gives the thing to. Just let's look at just recently. The Ministry of Education announces by the 15th of January, students were going to go back to school. So it means that now you were proper, as a government, at the side they say, this day, you person school korako school. So school korako school, what protocols and measures they be two? See be ya korako school, at least they will be safe. And then your own sister radio station had indicated, as we speak today, PPE now call some medical schools no. Fan command korana. And today's date is what?
26.
10 days after official opening of events in schools. Meanwhile, say I don't know.
That's part of the country. And
that was a report. That was a report on your day.
So
if you listen to
be specific about the reporter, say parts of the country. It cannot be the whole country.
The point I'm making is that I'm just telling you what your report said. So because of that, you have one of these your staff. Do chumwa said. Is it called do chumwa on Joy FM?
Joy FM.
Is it some lady? Or no, yeah, some your friend saying Mumbo Dinu Mami. It's something do chumwa or something. She today no or make it appeal to people. Senko for more sika or metimia talk PPs or mu school kwara or mu fa more because parents no talk one nose max say. One said the mimi share is 2 cedis. Yeah. They will share be a 1 cedi.
We 1 cedi.
1 cedi. And now inti yanfa say for a day, for a week. 5 cedis na parent be. Assume so on kwara best 3. So what it means that every week PP is in quite 15 Ghana cedis.
And so no mama no so they also better.
Oh no so be. And the encourage company What do I say? If you look at all these things, what do you say as a country now? You share that you're serious on this particular disease. And I just think that I was saying, how do we fight this?
All right.
And my last point. Even vaccine countries ni bebre obi e fight for it. Meaning say Africa in particular also has its own issues. What you say? But out of all the countries we are seeing, 65 countries and no money attempt some matisika to say omo koto vaccine na ba be hwe nkrofo. Out of the 65 countries now omo place order for this and your friends say no vaccines Ghana can. Out of the 65 countries that have not made an attempt to even buy the thing. To better say, could you Oppong Nkrumah say also by April vaccine by June on those timelines no. It's based on COVAX. The WHO solicited from rich countries, which just recently UK gave £500 million for COVAX vaccines na beba no. And my friend say no vaccines no. But as a country, ya say sikenya ya Osha Parliament approve ye ni bibia yankase ka bibia ni COVID ye disika we have not, we are among the 65 countries who have not deliberately made an attempt to place order for vaccines in this
All right. Honorable Badwam coronavirus ne ho nsensem and Honorable Bawa say media na say we are not serious as a country.
I want the pandemic will affect every country across the world. Still, you politics. Because in Yadama, you NDC for one summer work. Of course, ain't an expectation that a ban oboboy and ban. And see, in a situation like this, no, may expect constructive criticism as opposed to condemnation and attributing blame. Was under Ambafo before schools were going now, we all were informed, and indeed, the fact of the matter is that all the schools were disinfected. Is that not a step that government took to ensure that every location be from Oboko school, no? At least minimize the risk of they contracting the virus? But no, some okay, on one corner. Is it the case that every school in Ghana will need PPR? It's possible that some schools maybe on Drew Hall. Sunday, or some catch row, Ekasa, Massimo Wano, but Mankasa. So please, Bawa. It's possible that in the value chain of distribution, no, it be a delay. And the Abasre Ghana Education Service there will ensure that every school be a one supplies are we make available.
But say
to complement
a delay of about 15-16 days. It's on due.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree. If it's indeed the case, I'm a reporter came and say, but I won't doubt it. McKay time secondary schools will be sometime last year. Indeed, PPEs crowd to medical institutions are banned or making available. It took a while, and some hospitals be in some localities were gonna have one. But ultimately, baby it be quiet. There's a ball, then frontline health workers one ban. I believe that that same process now will take place. Ghana Education Service, all the indication of many there ban or make available nose mask, Veronica buckets, hand sanitizers, schools are wobobi. And I know that we deploy them resources in of course obe free headquarters, wako region, wako various districts. Now districts who were distributing wazako schools. No. There may be a few logistical challenges here and there, but it cannot be the case that Ghana na school here will be. So let's situate the issues in context and ask that some expedition. I agree. Because that would be constructive. Now, I'm powerful. Here, you see, COVID, time obo pay we are seeing my ne bia nim nature. And see, I'm paying right from the very beginning. Or indicated there, look, Yerbewabe, Obia and Tassi. Now, because we need to study the nature of the disease, for the first time our air lockdown was to enable us ascertain what it is that the disease was made of. Yehu na no most sorts steps were taken to get people to comply with protocols. Also, the virus or airborne sort of on travel long distance. Yet not here social distance. Even if I have it not say of droplets mobile, you won't get it. Indeed, some mask now also share mask or reduce the possibility of infection by a large margin. Into Obiansha mask. Unfortunately, bito table is them the to that. Ebiana, but the back may be. Into Obia as much as possible on washing another on than on sanitize. Yenim there groups of people were assembled potentially no be obia obotum then now one apply them protocols na obotum. So social gathering as much as possible should be discouraged. All this public education has been ongoing since. To the extent that across the world, Ghana government has been singled out for praise. Oh yeah, true. You can laugh. Yes. And at a certain point, you lose your guard. And His Excellency the President now addresses all Mickey to the nation. Or indicated that look, yes, numbers now conform. Active cases are your now. Oh, one more there. You know, NDC for instance that at a certain point, contract tracing stopped. That's a rate of infection. Wakufuma, aban on contact trace still. Oh. Because at every point in the cycle, no, you study the data.
You use different strategies.
Thank you very much to respond. Since you are all quite happy, we've gotten indication that look, the contract tracing has been intensified. And it's an appropriate response. So, yes, you may say that political activity in the run-up to general election may have contributed, possible. But where I have the difficulty is, say, the incubation period, no infection period now. Clearly, as of mid-December.
And reconciling.
That's the point.
And reconciling.
There's no, there's a difficulty. There's a disconnect. I'm a mini scientist, but I'm saying that all the literature marketing now indicates that say any infection now between 2 and 5 days, say any symptoms or manifest, asymptomatic, it will not manifest. Any symptoms not manifest between 10 and 14 days, and yet escalating to severe or critical.
Travel na if we nipa ba akoko the other no, it might get to you. Maybe you might not show symptoms. The next day, get to another person. The next day, so it can move in a cycle. And by the time you realize, yes, side effect now. Oh, for at that time.
I agree.
Yeah.
And so, what do we do now that irresponsible, if you like, in the run-up to election on over the Christmas period, is to intensify the education and ensure that protocols now they are applied as an before to be done. And that's exactly what government is doing. That look, obia ombonu mazen no shama seneda na mo hwe social media clip bia ma me bia o market or say COVID or ya brofo isikafu 1 year ba and all that. That clearly tells me that look, we still have a problem with the public education. Ghana Medical Association, one statement.
But you Ghana Medical Association, na yanyin Nkrumah sisi yeba to aso. Ugu so hwe Badwam ewo Adom TV so yeba sisi. All right, asamu akwa biem dia ba Adom TV so yegusu a Badwam Mpensenpensenmu so kai say ye mampenda da Rollins gusu adam payment che be crossover ne akọ ne ahwe enen so court e betena se Supreme Court e wo election 2020 petition na ye mampenda da John Romani Mahama de ko ye ne court be the party stay tuned na ye din sunsan so nyina be bro me di na say yam for je obayene kwamna sante so ba bia obi akwamna me chia o anopa we papa ena nana eje brempon Nana J. Brimpon, Asante Mampon, da hene. Nana J. Brimpon, Asante Mampon, da hene. A chow and a paper. Umfa a bedroom dumedy in Yagro. La Mesa,
America there, Ghana Medical Association, one statement telling the way you should.
Yeah.
We admonish media houses, they in in the public education. And see, Munfa Kunyedu, Namunfa.
And there's one who's here that
because it's important.
COVID scan cramo brave because admire and all
the politics.
You see, some of these things, no, we just have to.
Yeah, we're both operators in the field, so we know what we are talking about. And yes, I'm going to go to my to Miss Wabban. Timmy, they are no more.
Say any COVID scan idea, politics, and one.
What say I can have some? There's some cause out of it.
COVID is real. Obia Obakade or ye is a kafu yarba. I wonder who to con the when you've been in Nano. Or put an anchor life
in danger.
In danger. Or send they say, Eshe, if you see a foundation, particularly America, na Europe. Domo wu no.
Enya asem keto.
Enya asem ketekete. Debia yaka spread calm, not fear. I know quite.
But me they say my son, we should spread the fear. As at now there. But we should spread the fear.
Or you dangerous.
We should spread the fear because it's dangerous.
Say in the bina say nyame ya wadom na
etete ho a.
Ano krampo pressure be fomu no. Tebasre. Any baby a call and carry baby a Nkrumah. It's no fee. No mum so that's some power de prayer. Nizma. Bon ban. No mask, yes, it's uncomfortable.
Easy.
But nurses washing 12 hours. Frontline health workers. A minimum crowd washing more than 12 hours, 16 hours. Full PP, gown nadin na account. But because your life should be important to you, abandon obey mobutu mwaye. But ultimately, obiara for mask of ambition when you are an hour friend. You have to take responsibility. Now, I shall nose mask, upper sanitizer, as much as possible, hand washing. Women na yen fenye juma and say di juma that may in the past consciously our numbers no up down say yakoda ye numbers no baba down hopefully between April and June that my ban wakan economy ado vast ni Ghana fuso yebenyebi
vast some of them
of course
or some of them are not quite
kwa osande that is where we are heading for indeed on yam there in the next few months say able to konumpo you will need a certificate of vaccination that may yellow fever in some countries say kwa ebe hia certification and sunday to marko abana akade ekone biado obohwe na Ghana fuso yenyebi na yawo of course all can covers possible that because of any income levels, some of these things will depend on the global fund, World Health Organization. I will procure for lower to middle income countries. And see, we are waiting for that. I don't know as a matter of fact. But what I can say is that the commitment Aban will indicate my expectation is that Aban Nankasa bought to be at least for the critical frontline workers immediately. Now, whatever supporter that may at all times with all vaccination programs, you depend on some global funding to support us. No, so about complement, but you to cover a greater number of your citizens.
All right. Yen share a court issue no. Ho asem kakra bi na Honorable Bawa. Andra, say a new application and your former president here na mamen kan kakra bi wa say lawyers of former President John Mahama have filed a motion seeking leave to file an additional ground of review to review the application on the interrogatories. Mr. Mahama and his lawyers, per the motion for leave, are also seeking leave to replace paragraph 28 of the original statement of case. The motion filed on Monday, January 25th, 2021, has the return date fixed for Tuesday, January 26th. It's an assembly came an amendment of a year motion or movie that dane say Ibema Quine Nasa review no. Is it a case say review no? And go through a say case in interrogatories no say lawyers name to me and ya case na a week inti chinchina was a basso.
Many are and then I'll mean pretend to be a lawyer. I'm a science background. It mean pretend to be a lawyer.
I have knowledge kakra.
And I'm back as but at least you know it me add. And luckily enough, about additional, even we are a lawyer, we are accountant, we are historian, what me add. What you say? Now, my understanding from your lawyers in the civil union say, share interrogatories normally omukazi nanka court na mo nyana na ya dia ebepma even aboa ama nsem na kosu ntentam. Besides that,
ebepwa omo petitioners na asem
nyina obi a, and again to, for example, ebema to say there are some issues ananka petitioner no ebe reason no based on those responses na nke beba from electoral commission. Maybe we make say say we say there and the one. What you say?
Or between the any legal argument.
Or between the any legal argument. A typical one about be a can ho asem. And say for example on this say on say is in here no. Say in the transmission of results no from the various places to headquarters.
NCA play role ana.
Did NCA play role? This is a yes or no answer. What you say? These are the sort of questions.
But me kai say there mo raise I don't know even objection ana easy no raise or court and say sir transmission ho nsem ni nyina ewo emra na ye dey about and the petitioner knows enti dey ebiem
enti minia yemfa ne say wonim say wo ye wadwuma finchim ama bibia da ho clean yemfa ne say ne say me kodu office no mo say oh I say ene nkofo bi eba office wa be ye bibi na me pese me prove say me na me ni hobi me na mo Adom FM opisa me say ene oba Adom FM na me ni me say oni me say me go Adom ba opese o make you so ai no ba o park o car me say me park o car ne enim honom hona o shia me say o Dominic ni shia me e de me ba ye what ma say it doesn't take away the fact say at the end of the day whether me ka say me ba ya mambo yo me answers no better enforce all the positions. But my example, my typical example. Me ba. Mna say enyina enhye
nose mask.
Me wa. Say mna. Nene me nam na police ni hia me. What me be say master of nose mask jama metimi kem. Metimi kem mu me nko ameti kan mu. Me fi say me nko na meti ati say metimi dem. Enti jama me nhye. What me be say master mna say you say na wo de wa. So oh me will be na wa. It is a man how results are transmitted. They be say how in this particular elections, transmission NCA play a role now. It's just a yes or no answer.
And the respondent says all the answers are in responses not the abandonment. Which petition are no copies?
The lack is this. The lack is that this is not the first election petition.
Sure.
So 2012.
Your judicial precedent.
Yes, 2012. These things happened. Just from a layman's view,
point of view.
Utie dear, your friend saying, Chief Justice in making his ruling on the interrogatories now, or CI 47, CI DND, or Bobo Ninano. the government of ni way ni argument no and they say or some year because or more limited time of 40 something days, and so they need to be able to work, and that those things no matter me raise it. I've heard even people they can raise them in cross examination and other things. Beminia, open them, I resolve an issue. Open them, I resolve no. Make sure say what here is something na what me boom. I can say we different. What am I say? And in Tina Osha in 2012 petition, one of the justices and panel for this particular Justice Duchi, because I said justice delayed is justice denied. But on also then, or say justice in hurried is justice what buried. What mean say open tem aye bibi. Now in tem now by why won't think in something in name. Beminia, the simple argument NDC here, NDC AUC Electoral Commission and Kasa figures, and the court. Say on the 9th, a different figure. On the 10th, you are assigned your friend saying, even with the knife, now my is a figure. O share where, o share all the 12 candidates, no, o day or more figures, no, a boom, and ne figure now the mine and come. On the 10th, my different figure. Even on the 10th, now my different figure. No, o share candidates in more. O the votes, John Mahama votes 1707, that 1,707, a free more. O the 174, I can't afford. In all this in say, you know, and Marani Chere say, oh yes, I don't know. I was sent me a candidate, me agent war. What am I say? How did you arrive in taking those figures? O free wa, o call petition na. Wakwa Udia say on the basis of fact that na court no. Figures now was the buy and different. What did I say? So you see that in just one election, you have a situation where o share presidential, that's the valid votes cast now. Easy am 3 different figures. O share Akufo-Addo any your friends saying John Mahama votes now. Easy am 2 different sets of figures for the 2 candidates. What did I say? So if and that is why John Mahama I can't say okay I said the first day now call you call court now or address it we know. But
na first mama na.
Then no okay. Or say okay say also person oko na doubts ni nyina e wo around yin free hono. What do I say? And so we share those amendments or we filing additional thing ni nyina is geared towards eliciting the truth. What do I say? Because you agree with me that since 1992 is the first time we are seeing an electoral commissioner change figures on daily basis as if you are just changing candies for kids. And this cannot be the case. What do I say? And so, hope say Supreme Court. So usho mu nyina so mu yenkofo mu ye nimdie for what I say or mu yenkofo society ni buomo that for the sake of democracy they will allow the truth to come out.
All right.
Yeah, be say come.
4 or 5 minutes in here.
Sure. Some the crowd, yeah. Anyway, I'm in the Supreme Court. And as Obia Minim Mbrano, Mansnahana will prejudge the outcome of the case before the court. Now, with all due respect to Indianum NDC4, on us some on your doubt. At all. Above all, the cracks of application are all before the court and the one of them, at least any them all filing is the review application for the court's refusal to grant them one interrogatories application. One complaint with the interrogatories fundamental to the conduct of their case. Now, what is the purpose of interrogatories? And the questions are what filing is to elicit some information.
Country kakra number of those.
So Fantini there.
Where's we are no fans no.
Fantini there.
I said you can word no crana de we need drana.
What per day electoral commission. We in Sembiano. A crony NCA example here or the main. The one yano the NCA will play a role in election results transmission. Another will play role in electoral result transmission. Now, number 4, interrogatories or discretionary are court no will make a determination whether assembly is or you're relevant to the determination of assembly that court na another irrelevant. Assemble order court don't you hindi. Or say electoral commissioner on the 9th will declare results. Above figure, pocho wadaroma. Oh yeah, 13,434,574. Dam figure na electoral commissioner obeno. Okade only total valid votes cast. The next day, no, of course, obo another figure 13,119,460 in the declaration. It's an announcement to making us there. So if you take the total valid votes cast of 13,434,574. Now as the Tichiman South voting na Accra Edema President John Mahama, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo will still have won the election. Until or make declaration. It turned out the 13,400,000 figure now electoral commissioner OUC in the announcement.
Boy, your time no.
Total vote cast. Number total valid votes cast on the day of the election was 30,119,460. The next day we issue statement that any that me announcement no makade total valid votes cast or your 30,434,574. Number figure quarter maka ni 30,119,460. However, calculation na ye ni nano yet the damn correct figure of 30,119,460 years a year. And this is no yet say now our neka 13,434 inti onu na here near to be juma.
That's not the case.
That's what you are saying. That's the crux of your case.
No, our case is that.
Question, please.
No,
I've told you.
Yeah. Your time will cross, unfortunately.
Question is this. President Mahama ne figure oya hin. President John Akufo-Addo, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ne figure oya hin. Ekwadonko na all the contestants one figure so wonya na diboma oya hin.
13,121,000.
Thank you very much. So how are you asking the court?
So it is which is different from the figure they are giving.
How are you asking the court to make a declaration
on
your behalf?
Honorable Adrian, Madam CP, BD and Nana say
so why is the EC not? Why is the EC not quote?